it's Silvana from AllServiceNow Learning. Today we will cover how to create reports and add them also to the dashboard. Just to quickly review, we have different types of reports that we can create, and this slide tells you about the report types and also what they are. And the next slide talks about just what story do you want your data to tell. So we have a comparison. So for comparison, we can do a bar or a line report. Also for the current state, you can use the single score. For composition, you can go with pie. Relationship, you can do a bubble chart, and then also for distribution you can do a heat map or a calendar. Okay, so to run into now the demo, let's navigate to the reports. So if I type in reports, if we go to reports, we can, there are two different ways of how we can access reports. So we can either go to view run, or we can go to create new. But since we're creating a new report, let's go ahead, let's go this route so that we can see. Okay, so here you can see different reports listed here. And then to create a new report from this list, it's just, let's go ahead and click the create a report button. We will give this report a name. We will go ahead and create a comparison bar report. So I will just call it the bar. Okay, for the source type, we will go with a table, and incident will be our table name. Once we fill out the data section, we can move over to the type. Since we decided the bar will be our comparison report, we will select the bar. Move on to configure. And once we go to configure, this specific report will be grouped by category. And it will have a filter, but let's go ahead and run to see what it looks like right now. So currently you can go ahead and see the categories below. Let's go ahead and create a filter that will be set to created on in the last 12 months. So the categories that were created in the last 12 months. If we were to run this, the numbers would go ahead and show and display how many categories were created. And you can also access the data by clicking into the specific category. We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and save this. I can demonstrate it. So if you wanted to see all of the inquiry and help categories from a list view, you would just go ahead and click into it, and it would show you the category inquiry and help 18, record of 18, and this was in the last 12 months. Okay, so that's the bar report. So now to continue on to the current state, we will go ahead and create a single score report. And in order to do that, let's go this route and just go to create new. We will call this one single score. Use also table, and the table name will be incident. So that's for the data. The next we will do is we will pick single score. And in the configuration section, we will go ahead and keep the count. If we were to run it right now, it would show us 67 records. But we want to see reports where the assignment group is not empty. So if we were to run this, it would show us 39 records. So let's go ahead and save this single score report, because we will use it later to put it into the dashboard. All right, the next report we will create is going to be the composition pie report. So we will go again to create new. I will call this the pie report, and we will work off of the incident table as well. We will select pie. There it is. And for the configuration, we will have a group by priority. And if we were to run this, it will show us all the priorities. And we will put a filter on that says active is true. If we were to run this, it will show us all of the active records. Also, since this is a good visual, we can go ahead and style it. So to demonstrate how to style a report, so we can first click the display data labels, and what this does, if we select it and run, it will display actually the data labels. And in order to change the colors, if you wanted to change the colors, you would just click into the set palette and pick a color you would like. Let's go with green. If we were to run this, it would run a green report. If we still didn't like it and wanted to go, I guess, blue, it would look like this. And to switch back to the default, I think that the default was UI 14. We would do this. All right, let's go ahead and save this report. And this report's name is going to be the pie. Okay, moving back to the create new to go ahead and create the relationship bubble report. The bubble report would also work off of the incident table. And the type we will select bubble. For configuration, we will go with a group by. It would be the assignment group. Then for the row, let's go ahead and pick the state. And for the column, let's go with priority. If we were to run this, the bubble chart would look like this. So we have the priority here, we have the state here, and then we have the assignment groups here. So to narrow this down a little bit, we can go ahead and set a filter to where assignment group is not empty, and also where active is true. And now the report looks like this. So now we can see in progress, if you hover over in progress, the software assignment group has 4 records that are in progress in the critical state. Okay, so that was the bubble report. Next, what we will create is the heat map. We will also keep the incident as our table. Select heat map, and once we go to the configuration, the row will be the assignment group, and the column will keep as active. Let's run this. It looks so we have the assignment groups, and then we have the false, and then we have the true. So active false, active true. So to go ahead and narrow this down a little bit, let's go ahead and do assignment group is not empty. So this narrows it down a little bit. So now you can see that the assignment groups and the activity. So if you just wanted to see that, or you can filter it farther down to if you wanted just to see the active records, you would go ahead and just set a filter to active as true, run that, and that would narrow it down. But in our use case, we will go ahead and remove that filter for the heat map to see the 2 different kinds. All right, let's go ahead and save this. So now let's go ahead and create a dashboard that would actually keep all of these reports. To create dashboard, you would go ahead and navigate to dashboards, self-service dashboards, and you would select create a dashboard if you are creating a new one. In our case, we will create a new one, and our dashboard will be called the incident reports. We will click submit. And now incident reports is our dashboard. In order to go ahead and add now our reports to the dashboard, we would click the widgets. To add widgets, we would go to reports. And from here, you can go ahead and see our reports that we just added. So we added the bar. You would select that, click add, go back. Then we added the single score, add, go back, pie, add, go back, bubble, add, go back, and heat map, add, go back. Okay, and now we have all of our reports here. One thing we can do is we can move them around, and in order to do that, you would go ahead and click the plus sign and this actually allows you to modify either the report and configure some items here at the top. But for our use case, what we need to do is we need to shorten these so that they can look more visible. For the users, so we can arrange them. And also, let's say we wanted to move this one all the way, so you would drag it up, hold it, and drag it all the way to the top. All right, so now if we believe that we are finished, well, we can go ahead and view it right here. But one thing that I did not show, which I probably should, if these reports should be only visible, let's say to the ITIL users, what you can do to a report is you can go back to the report and right up here where it says sharing, you can click share, and then you can do everyone, you can do groups and users. So you would pick who will be able to go ahead and see this report. Let's say only ITIL can see this one. And then you would save it. So ITIL will be the ones only seeing this report. And another important thing that you probably need to know about the dashboards is that a dashboard most of the time will not be in an update set. So in order to put a dashboard into an update set or force it into an update set, you would go ahead and click the three lines up here and go to dashboard properties. Then from the dashboard properties, you would go ahead and unload dashboard. You just go ahead and select that. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but this technically what it does, it puts all of the reports and everything that is in the dashboard into the update set. So that's a bonus. All right, I covered enough, I believe, on reports today. So I hope you guys are more clear now and it makes more sense. If you have any questions, please let me know. Write me a comment and I will do my best to answer it. And also please subscribe. Thank you.